Hello, AD. Welcome back to our home in Salt Lake City.
Finally finished. We're excited to show you. Come on in.
So we started building this home 2 years ago. We started designing this home 3 years ago. This was a from the ground up build. We have labored so hard over every detail of this home. You got to see many of those components on our show Home at Last. However, there are many things that we didn't get to show you, so we want to show you right now. We love this foyer. We wanted the home to feel cozy and cottagey, but we still wanted a grand entrance.
Designed the curvature of the stairs, how it goes up and around, the door at the top. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
The reason why we wanted this, the mezzanine, is this. Hold, please. I wanted to be able to say when someone walks through my home, welcome to my home.
Yeah, just a little bit of a wow when you walk into the house.
So speaking of wow, we didn't want a regular wallpaper. So this isn't actually wallpaper, this is a painting on canvas that was kind of spliced up and then brought into our home, but it was actually custom painted so it hits the right point everywhere in the foyer. In each of the alcoves, there's trees positioned in there, which I think is gorgeous. When it came to styling the foyer, we were really particular about it. We found this Burl console and a cabinet that we loved so much from Restoration Hardware.
He's just trying to draw your attention to this right here. And he's
I
trying
swear
to
to
drag
God
into
it's
the picture.
not. But do I love this? Yeah. Do I hold it every day and do a mini speech, even though I didn't get to do a speech on the night? Yeah. If any of you saw our last open door in our old house, I hid away all of the awards because I felt embarrassed. You can now see that I am very much fully an American. And I'm like, why wouldn't I show this up? And in the comments, all the Brits were like, that's so British. And now you Brits, I know, are going to be pissed that I'm showing this, but I feel so proud of it. It's something to be proud of. This is technically the living room, and it is a living room. There's a lot of debate about this. So we have a TV that looks like a picture
Above the fireplace.
Above the fireplace. I'm talking about a couple of people in particular. Jenna Lyons, Jeremiah Brent. They say you shouldn't have this above a fire. However, what's all your furniture pointing at if you don't have a TV in the room? And secondly, I don't want it to look like a TV because it just looks like a black box. And I'm not trying to fool
We're not
anyone.
going to pretend that we don't watch TV in the living room.
I live on TV in my job and in my private life. So we have a TV above the mantle. This is called a club fender.
I had never seen one before. I didn't even know what it was.
Oh.
A lot of Americans might not understand what it is.
Well then, Americans, I have a PSA for you. This is called a club fender. This is something that you have in fancy English homes, like English manners. I think it's so gorgeous. It is so classic that I just think it's magical. I want to mention the sofa. Initially, we were going to have a sofa custom made. However, then we visited a vintage store and we found this. I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful.
I think it's so chic. I think it's the perfect way to finish off this living room, fancy receiving room situation.
Oh yeah, absolutely love it. Already spilled coffee on it.
Oh
The
my
kids,
gosh.
yes. So it's well lived in already.
If you see on my Insta me posting in my living room with a different sofa, it's because my kids just did it. Like they destroyed the darn thing. But for right now, I think it's beautiful.
It's perfect.
This is the breakfast nook. We do use this a lot every day.
Constantly.
Our son, our eldest, he uses this with his iPad or his books and he will have his breakfast or his lunch, which is so lovely. And then I will cook here for him. Rob will help feed him. So we do spend a heck of a lot of time in this space. Our son has already destroyed these pillows. This was the choice that was made so that he would be comfortable, but he's destroying it. He also loves to come over here and do this, because he loves the sound
Sings a song
that this fridge makes. And so he says fridge song and he means that, which I think is absolutely lovely. And then this is an Indian design and this is the design that Rob did, this flower. So by code, you have to have a plug socket on your island. I have no idea why.
We're sitting there talking about how we were going to fit these. We didn't want to pop up.
And I didn't want just these horrible plug sockets. Gosh, first world problems. I've changed so much. I really wanted to try and hide the plug socket. And so I was like, well, what if we put a flower here, the plug socket goes in the middle and we cover it with something that you can just pop off. Ain't that amazing? I love that so much.
You saw it here first.
If I see it in your house, I know you stole my idea. But take that idea. Of all the ideas you want to take this. I think it's so smart. I love it so much. And therefore, nobody knows. And it's just some chic little flower. Spice Kitchen next.
Spice Kitchen.
Ready? Come on. So,
some may not know what a Spice Kitchen is.
oh, the Spice Kitchen is sometimes in like fancy Asian homes. You have a separate space where you can cook Indian food. You can close the door so it doesn't permeate the rest of the house. And so this does have a sliding door. We had a home in LA a few years ago and we purchased this Dolce & Gabbana stuff because it made sense for that house. However, with our classic house here, it didn't really make sense in the main kitchen. But we decided to add it to the Spice Kitchen because spice. And so we feel like the bright, bold colours make sense. And quite honestly, the way this is done, if you've ever been to India or Pakistan, our buses are basically painted like that. So it feels very much in keeping, I think. You've seen all about the dining room on Home at Last, so I won't belabor this, but I love this.
Yeah, me too. It's, our formal dining space.
Yeah.
And we've used it so many times. Yeah, we've had friends around the table.
We call it formal dining space, but there have been many a pizza box.
Our version of, Indian takeout and pizza is what we've eaten on this table so far.
To be fair, no, I did cook for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
and
that's true.
and some
That's
friends.
true.
But typically, it's not as formal as it might appear. And the thing we do love about it that I'm so glad we did decide to do was to add in these doors because our friends are exceptionally loud. And so to be able to close up these doors and then scream has made all the difference. This bay window, from the outside it looks lovely, but the kids really have spent a fair amount of time here. You look closely, you will see my son's
face prints.
Because he likes to kiss the city, or the snow, or the deer. Often in the morning, we'll just have the kids here and we'll let them look out and keep themselves entertained. I love this spot. It's one of my favorite spots in the house.
Best view in the house. Yeah, absolutely.
gosh, yeah.
Jaw-dropping views. So it's a nice place. It's a nice place to sit.
You may remember from Home at Last, we said that we don't want our kids in here. Like we want just a space for us adults.
That lasted a day, tops.
Anyone who's at home who's got kids would have laughed at that comment. But I do love that our son will get into bed with us, our eldest, and we'll just bring his iPad in the morning first thing. And so for the first 20 minutes, he will just lay in bed and just watch a show. And it's gorgeous.
And when he needs some calm time, he'll come and get in the Nook and say that he's taking a nap in the Nook.
Oh
and he'll just lay down.
I always wanted our children to hang out in this Nook, and the fact that he does is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And then all of my work, if ever any of you have a Zoom with me, I do all of my Zoom calls from here. I bring this over, I put my laptop on it, I scoot back, and I'm usually just in a pair of shorts and a tank top, which is so professional for a Zoom call with really important clients. And this is where I do my Zooms. Since we last saw you, it's looked like this outside. Please take a look.
We'll get to the balcony someday.
That's a foot of snow on the balcony. We're not spending much time out there right
Looks
now.
beautiful from inside.
It does look
We
gorgeous.
just haven't gotten out.
Primary bath. Love our cabinet so much. I just think it's all gorgeous. I'm still so happy with the wallpaper.
The dual vanities has been a godsend, having both of them.
We're still married.
Nailed it.
Robin said that he wanted this one. I said I wanted that one. We've
And it
not
works.
changed. It does work. My biggest issue is I didn't want to spit in front of him. 2 months he's not seen me spit.
My biggest issue is that I always like to talk to him while we're brushing our teeth.
You try and talk to me with your mouth full,
yeah.
with your brush.
It's just like an 80s teen movie thing to do.
I've never understood a single word. I smile, I go, and then I walk away thinking, I don't know what you fucking said. So this closet is Rob's closet, mostly Rob's closet. I have my closet downstairs. We never showed this on Home at Last. Everyone assumed that I would move into this space. And I didn't. Thank you so much, you naysayers.
If you will come around, please, you will see a section of the closet that is still empty. That is to receive Tan's collection of daily clothing.
But yeah, do I keep 5 things here? Yeah, for my day-to-day
Maybe
stuff.
the drawers,
Yeah,
check
I've
the
got
drawers.
some t-shirts and some underwear. It's just my round the house clothes is here. He was never going to fill this whole space. So I've used this small section for me. The rest of it is yours.
If you come back in a month, that'll be full.
It won't. Come back in 2 years and just to piss you off, I'm never going to fill that.
Okay, well, I'll leave it empty for you.
Thanks. Our favorite thing in the house, I thought I didn't have a favorite, but I definitely do. Right here. This is the mouse house.
Basically, an Instagram account, they post strange listings of homes and like the weird, crazy things that people do. And I was swiping through and I saw this little diorama, a little mouse house built into the wall. And I thought, I'm doing that in my house.
And so Rob was like, okay, Ismail loves the book Goodnight Moon. So let's do a Goodnight Moon version. Every little detail from Goodnight Moon is here. She even included a mini version of our house. Every night before bed, our son comes out here with his blanket.
And the book, Goodnight Moon, and he sits in front of it.
And he says goodnight to everything in here.
Refuses to go to bed without doing it. We cannot put him in bed without saying goodnight.
And then right across from the mouse house is Ismail's room. There are entertainers who have these really elaborate rooms for their kids, and they're gorgeous, don't get me wrong, I think they're incredible. We really want our kids to have a nice room, like a nice nursery, but we don't want it to feel over the top because how the heck do they compete with that in the future?
But also, his bedroom cannot be his play place at all. So I know that if there was a slide in here, if there were things to climb, he would never go to sleep.
We were really particular about the space, and I'm so happy with how it turned out.
Yeah.
And he loves it. It does feel a little large for a 2-year-old, but by the time he gets to his teens...
He'll be a teen and he'll be sneaking out that window, I'm sure.
That's our biggest fear, because this is what I would do as a kid. He will open those windows and just kind of shimmy down because it's not that long of a drop. But if you ever do that, you're grounded for life.
We're going to find a makeshift ladder stashed away in here somewhere.
This is our theatre room. There is so much I want to say about this space because I love it. First and foremost, I love this wallpaper so much, and it's designed by Rob Ratz.
Me. Did it myself. Didn't paint it myself, but yeah, we had the opportunity to design wallpaper. It's meant to look like rice plants and the reflection on the water. Definitely bold, but yeah, I love it. I'm really, really happy about it.
Now, we're not finished in this space. We haven't got pillows yet. We're getting some bar stools that are not finished. It's a work in progress. So the kids do love to play down here. Ismail loves to bring his cars and play on this stuff. So it's kind of a dual function. So many people, including my sister and my cousins, are like, the TV is too small. However, when we sit, this is the perfect size. Any bigger, and I'd have to move my head to
read the subtitles, yeah.
And I'm too lazy to move my head to read. And so this 90 inch is it, kids? So yeah, we spend a lot of time here. Yes, I know we've got white sofas and children.
And kids.
But they're washable and the kids aren't allowed to eat food down here. Lol, I know eventually they will. But right now they don't eat food here.
We've stained them with chocolate so far. The kids have done nothing, but we've stained them already.
I do eat a lot of chocolate at night. And I do drop a lot of that chocolate on the sofa. But I clean it every time. The closet is incredible.
I don't come down here very often. I'm allowed, but
Our kids are not allowed in this.
Our kids are not allowed, and I've usually got one clinging on.
I have kept this very organized, which is much to everyone's surprise. I finally opened up all my boxes, and now every piece of clothing I own is in this house. The space wouldn't be as gorgeous without Rob's work. Do you want to talk about what you did?
So it was a collaborative effort. So any of the stenciling that you see was designed by, us together. I drew it up, Tan decided on the colors, and then we had a lovely painter come in. Marjorie. She brought it to life. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Even though we have separate closets, there is some sharing.
Crossover.
Styled by Tan France. Today, luckily, we wear the same size.
Mm-hmm. And for nicer stuff, like for events, you will typically come down to this closet and choose something.
Oh, I don't have a tux.
Yeah. He does have a tux. If I have a tux, he has a tux. Whenever there's an event, he comes down and can choose whatever he wants. Rob designed the hardware completely. These are bluebells, and he designed the shape of it, and then it was brought to life by Chris, which is wonderful. We love it so much.
We used the bluebell because Tan and his siblings used to play a game where they had a store where they would sell flowers, and they would find flowers around the town and sell those flowers to one another. And bluebells were the most expensive flower, the most sought after flower.
I do want to make it really clear to our neighbors from our hometown who already hate us. We weren't stealing your flowers. We were taking wild flowers and then selling those to each other. We weren't pillaging your gardens. Thank you so much for coming along on this house tour. It's so personal to us, so we hope you love it as much as we do.
Thanks for coming. I'm going to go find the kids.
Oh yeah, where are the kids? We better go find them. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Get out of here. See ya.